Hi, my name is Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture. I am a divorce mediator and I help you create a customized divorce so that you can uncouple consciously and respectfully. Today we are talking about how to apologize. You may be thinking, why do I have to apologize? I didn't do anything. I know, because we're not focusing on him or her. We're focusing on you and me, right? We're just focusing on ourselves. We can't control someone else's behavior, so we're going to talk about our behavior. Before we talk about that, I want to throw up a little disclaimer. Yesterday, I had a fabulous day. I got to see some friends. We ain't working. We all in our homes. I am an extreme introvert, and even I miss people. I miss people. I got to see people yesterday, and it was wonderful. And I got to see a couple friends that I've worked with, and they both follow me on this page, and they're both happily married. And one of them tends to interact with me on this page. The other one doesn't, and which is totally cool, which is fine. Like, I love him. It's all good. But it made me wonder, and it made me think. And I don't know, I don't know what he's thinking. It is cool. He's great. I wonder though if some of you are a little nervous, like, ooh, she's a little crazy and funny, but I can't let anyone know that I watch her stuff because then my wife will think that I want a divorce, or my husband will think that I want a divorce. No, it's okay. You could just, it could be that it's funny or it's educational. So just because you interact with me, it does not mean that you're like actively seeking a divorce. And I want you to know that I'm pro marriage. I'm not pro divorce. I'm never going to be on here selling you a divorce ever. I know the pain of divorce. I know how challenging it is. I don't want you to go through that. I want you to have a happy marriage. And fun fact about me, when I was in college, I was like, I think I want to be a wedding planner. I love weddings. Don't invite me to your wedding because I'll be at your wedding being looking at everything like, okay, how can we make this better? Oh, this is good. I'm going to take notes for this. I just love weddings. I'm a nerd. I'm the girl who will be like buying Martha Stewart wedding magazines. I love them. All right. So today, especially, this is a conflict resolution tip. It really has nothing to do with divorce per se. You can use it if you want to, but this is a skill you can use in your everyday life. All right, so if you're here with me live, go ahead and say hello. If you are watching the replay, hashtag apology. All right, so we're going to talk about the gold standard of an apology. Now, apologies can go two ways. They can heal you, they can be used to heal, or they can be used to manipulate. It's kind of like a sharp blade. A surgeon can use a scalpel to cut things away and heal you, but you could also use that same scalpel and cut you up and kill you. When we use apologies, we use them to heal ourselves and heal the other person that we have wronged, not to manipulate people. Okay? So that's my caveat for teaching this. I'm not into manipulation. Do not manipulate people. All right. So, what we tend to call, I just want a sincere apology. I need her to apologize sincerely. Really, what we're looking for is for that other person to express remorse. So, instead of calling this a sincere apology, I term it a remorse apology, a remorseful apology. And there's steps. Let's see. I got 6 steps for a remorseful apology. And yes, probably tomorrow or some point, I will type all of these up so you can have it. You can have a little cheat sheet. All right. So for your gold standard of an apology, number 1, you have to admit that you were wrong. Oh, that is not fun. But we're apologizing, right? And we're apologizing because we know we messed up. So the number 1 thing you must do when you are offering a remorseful apology is to admit that you are wrong. Number 2, it's in the name. You must have remorse. You got to have remorse. You got to feel bad. You have to. Otherwise, It's not a remorseful apology. I have worked at a lot of elementary schools, and a lot of times I hear people tell the kids, say you're sorry. Sorry. All right, now everything's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's no remorse there. Nothing has changed. The relationship has not been repaired. No. All right. Can you tell I'm adamant about that? These take more time. These apologies take more time, but they can repair a relationship. All right. Point. So we got admit you're wrong, have remorse. Number 3, do not justify your actions. And here is the easiest way to not justify your actions. Ready? Quote me. There's no excuse for ... There's no excuse for me calling you that name. There's no excuse for me treating you that way. There's no excuse for me excluding you. Okay, that's hard. All of this is hard. Number 4, it's kind of like number 1, but a little bit extra. Number 4 is you have to take responsibility for your actions and accept the consequences of your behavior. Accept with an A. Accept. Accept the consequences of your behavior. You got to take it. You got to take it. And the reason why this apology rings true is because it is true. You have integrity in yourself because you are being truthful to yourself and to the other person. So you take responsibility. You are truthful about that. I messed up. And you take the consequences of your behavior. Number 5, this is the part where we all tend to mess up, is you have to do, I keep looking at my notes because I don't want to get the wording wrong, but oh well. You're going to have to do what you need to do to make the other person whole again. You have to make them whole. So you can't wound them. You can't like cut something out of them and be like, well, you're just going to walk around with a hole in your arm. You have to make it whole. So I use this in my class when I'm working with students. I use this with my son. And the language I use as an adult to a child is, what can you do to make this right? And that's the language you need to have in your head. When you're working to make a person whole again, you have to ask yourself, okay, what can I do to make this right? I can make sure I include them the next time. If I broke something that is precious to them, maybe it's irreplaceable. I can't replace it, but maybe I can make a gesture of some kind. If I broke their glasses, I can pay for their glasses to be fixed, or different things like that, that you can do some things, some physical things, some tangible things to make it right. You can even offer a public apology. Now, public apologies, once you know about apologies, they are so fun to watch politicians apologize. They're terrible. Politicians are terrible at apologizing. Watch them. It's hilarious. There's usually not any remorse offered. It's not good, and they don't fix their wrongs. So this is not about anyone else but you. You're having integrity as a person. You're doing what you can to make it right. If they say there's nothing you could do to make it right, they're probably still angry. Okay, well, you can still offer something. You can offer a token, even if they're like, there's nothing you could do to make this right. This will never be right again. That's part of you accepting the consequences of your behavior. And you can offer some sort of token gesture, not as a cheap, I'm just going to throw something at you, but really as well, they said there's something I can do to make it right again. I'm going to do this. They can accept it or not. I have integrity within myself. I feel like this is the right thing to do. And then you have to move on. Now, the 6th thing is I don't like this. I don't like this part of an apology. You have to have an opportunity for a dialogue. So you apologize and then you shut up. You let the other person respond. And sometimes they'll let you have it. Now, we're not talking about an abusive situation. No, a lot of times in an abusive situation, you're apologizing and you probably didn't do anything wrong. And then if you just let them have an opportunity to let you have it, they're going to let you have it. No. We're just talking about an equally balanced relationship where you did something wrong, there's no abuse there, and somebody else, they give you their 2 cents. It's not always easy to hear either what they think about you or how deeply they hurt you or that they're not ready to forgive you or they may not ever forgive you. That's part of the consequences of your behavior. We just have to go, okay, well, this relationship may never, ever be restored, but I'm going to do as much as it is within my power to make things right. All right, so 6 steps, and I've got a couple more things I want to tell you, but 6 steps. You have to admit you're wrong, have remorse, don't justify your behavior, and the sentence starter for that is there's no excuse, ... Take responsibility and accept consequences, do what you got to do to make things right, and give the other person an opportunity to speak. Now, part of the reason why an apology is so difficult is because you have to humble yourself. You have to admit that you're wrong. All right, so let's say, just really quickly before we wrap up, someone is delivering to you an apology. You're like, oh my God, they have finally apologized. And then you hear the apology and you're like, that didn't do it for me. That's not working for me. So here is the criteria. If you're listening to someone apologize, here's the criteria to know if it's a remorseful apology. There's got to be true remorse. There shouldn't be any crocodile tears. No crocodile tears here. We want real remorse. Then you have to ask yourself this question: will the behavior be repeated? Because if they're genuinely remorseful, they're never going to do that again. Ever. Ever. Because their relationship with you is so important. They are never going to do that again. They understand how much they hurt you, and it hurts them to acknowledge that. And I'm sorry, it doesn't hurt them to acknowledge it. It hurts to know that they hurt somebody they cared about that badly. Okay, so true remorse. They ask the question, will the behavior be repeated? If the person is repeating that behavior, they're not really remorseful. And then the other question that you need to ask when someone is apologizing to you is, does it meet the need of the victim? Does it meet your needs? Did it fix things? Did it make things right? Did it start you on the path to making things right? If it didn't, then it's not a real remorseful apology. Okay? Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Claudia Brown Coulter from Brown & Coulter. I would like to tell you to tune in. I am going to tell you, please tune in on Wednesday at 1 p.m. because we are going to talk about, this is not really the name of it, but it's what I've named it, the mother-in-law apology. Ooh, I love this apology. I love that name. So if you want to know how to do the mother-in-law apology, it is very different, similar. It's a little nuanced from the remorse apology. Tune in Wednesday at 1 p.m. here on Facebook Live. I'm going to tell you the steps of how to apologize to your mother-in-law or anybody else like that who falls into that category. So thank you for watching. I know that divorce can be scary, but I'm here to help you be calm and empowered. I have faith in you, and I know that you can do this. You have a great day. Hey, if you've got questions for me, go ahead and drop them below. I will be checking this all day, and I'll get back to you soon. See you on Wednesday.